Hey guys, this is brand new you here, and I'm using a Windows XP. As you can see here, this is my setup. I am successfully able to use this webcam here, and I got a wireless mouse. It's moving around right there. Um, you can see it better if I move it down here. That's boxofmystery.com. By Chris Usco. Back in the day, which I guess you can say in my teenage years, I found this website. It was through a game called Monkey Island. My grandma introduced me to that game. Uh, she introduced me and my sisters, to a lot of games growing up. King's Quest, Monkey Island, all the different kind of adventure games, or at least she helped us get started, and we kind of found our own, based on that through the internet. And so through my own searching for games similar to Monkey Island, or games like fan games and stuff, I went to a website. In fact, I'll show y'all right now. uh, World of Monkey Island, worldofmi.com. And there are some other sites as well, but this was a community of Monkey Island fans. And through this website, I found uh, games and stuff. I went to the fan creations, went to fan games here, and then obviously, yeah, this one right here, LeChuck's Revenge. I found Devil's Triangle. So these two games right here in particular are by Chris Cisco, and let's see where it takes you. It takes you to a free website, which is no longer available. So that's where you got to go to boxofmystery.com to download this game. You go here to games, you go down, and you can click on Devil's Triangle or MI2, which is like Mission Impossible. As you can see the reference there, and you got Monkey Island as well, so it's a double meaning. This is like Monkey Island 2 at the same time as being Mission Impossible, like a parody. So you see some of the screenshots of the game, and this game can pretty much only be played on older you know systems, like this obviously compatible on 95, but it works just fine for me since I just now downloaded it to Windows XP. So you shouldn't have a problem. I didn't. So all you have to do is just, I'm using Opera, by the way, the browser. I had some issues when I was setting this thing up. I bought this Windows XP machine for $45 at a resale shop, and so um, I had to safe mode it, and change the user name and password. Got rid of that, and there wasn't really much files on the system, so pretty much getting rid of what I find. And uh, so yeah, I'm breaking in the machine and making it mine, and it's pretty much a gaming computer slash. I can actually use it for making videos too. I'm gonna probably make some video blogs since I got Windows Movie Maker. That's what's cool about this machine, Throwback. I'm able to play games like Monkey Island and well, the fan game by Chris, and I'm also able to use this old you know this old school Windows XP that's I mean Windows Movie Maker that's like discontinued, and I'm also able to play click and play. This little thing right here is what Chris used to make the game, and so as you can see right there, this is the actual game, like all the files like for the game that like this is the actual program he used to make the game. So you could click on go to a level editor, and you can see like the stuff that's in the game. Like I'm gonna double click. it's been such a long time since I played with Click and Play. They got newer versions of this software. It's called the Click Team or something like that. They got newer versions of the software for newer OSs, new machines like Windows X, not XP, Windows 10 and stuff like that. So this tools, you can create new stuff with this. Let's go to storyboard editor, event editor. So so the event editor is where you program the game pretty much. So set number of lives. This is how I reverse engineered his games and figured out how to kind of make my own games. Like, I literally learned game development kind of principles from Chris Cisco. So big props to him, because he was a big inspiration. I was playing Age of Empires and Monkey Island and my Nintendo 64 and other games in the past, and I was inspired by other people, but this really helped me to think I could make a game myself, like just seeing how he made, animations with paint, and then he got better and he started using stuff like Flash to make animations, and he used 3D programs, and he started using Adventure Game Studio and Unity and other things, all the stuff that we have now. But this was like the origins right here. Like, let me go back to the storyboard editor. I'll show y'all, like, I can't really show y'all the sound right now, but he had MIDI files from, like, all over the internet, I guess, but they were like movie music. Like, we go to level editor. Okay, so he's got the animation, and he's just kind of like, it's on repeat, and he's like talking, and these are like the dialogue right here. And let's see what happens if you go to level. This is so cool. And I've been wanting to do a video like this for a long time, and show people, like, this is throwback stuff that nobody's going to just find on an internet search. Like, it's not going to come to the top of your results. I'm literally bringing back, stuff to modern day, so you can find it in the search, so I can hook people up with, some history, some stuff that y'all could dig into and find out about. Like, y'all might not know even Click and Play existed, and this is the throwback right here. This is like, you learn about Click and Play, and you learn about a guy that revolutionized that software, because this is made for games. I'll show y'all what kind of games this software was actually made for. Like, I'll close this out, I'll open up Click and Play a game. These are the kind of games you're supposed to, like, make with this right here. This. You play this. I can have fun with that, but it's simple, it's easy. But modify a game. Okay, so just to show y'all, so if y'all do download it, y'all do install it, of course, I can show y'all kind of what I did. When I was on the website and I clicked one of these, it would go into my downloads folder, obviously, all these right here. And then inside my download folder, I'll have to find that. Go up, file, go up, file, go downloads. downloads, and are they still there? Oh, that's documents and settings. Oh, I guess they download straight to my documents file. But anyways, wherever you download it, you right click, you extract all, next, and it'll show you where exactly your file is going to be located. I'm going to cancel, and it creates folders without the zip, so it'll come in a zip file like this. You need to extract it to unzip it so that you'll be able to like install. So you click it, you just double click setup, I run it, and for me I ran into a little thing where I had to control alt delete every time I was finished setting up. You might have to do the same thing. It's kind of buggy there, but once you've installed it, it'll put it into your games folder. Like you go start, programs, games, and so there's like all of them right there. Like see all their little things. So amongst all the rest of these games, I have these now. And going back to click and play, modify a game, go up a file, go up a file, go to Windows, down to games, go to MI1 or whatever you want to do, go here, and then you're able to do some reverse engineering and learn how somebody made a game. You know, you can play the game through and see how the game plays first off, and then you can go through and see how exactly it's done. You know, so that's what I did. I pretty much reverse engineered this whole thing and figured out like things. So this is one of the menu screens. Obviously, he kind of hid the words that would show up to the side and would time it to bring it into the middle here where you'll see it in the game. And the same thing with Guybrush's face. He's got the scarred Guybrush, and he made the graphics with paint too. That's pretty impressive. I'm trying to figure out how he created the transparent. Maybe he used a program like ArcSoft Photo Studio, which I had that on the old XP I had. I haven't installed any of that yet. I might be able to use GIMP on here. That might be an option. GIMP is the free program you can install, and let me look that up for you. GIMP, GIMP. So it's a free program. It's like Photoshop. I have a subscription to Photoshop, by the way, $50 a month to have everything that's like up to date and current with you know, basically all the Adobe Creative Suite. You know, anything from After Effects to Flash, which is now Animate, and other programs. So you get, you know, to have an audio program, and I'm trying to think of what that one's called. Let me just type Adobe CC and you'll know what I'm talking about. I wonder if I can get it on here since I already have a subscription, but it's like all new programs, so it's probably not compatible. But yeah, you got options, and if you're a student, you can, like, I guess get a cheaper version. Let's see what programs you got. You got Photoshop, you got Illustrator, and so much more. You got Premiere Pro for video. Like pretty much anything that you choose. After Effects. You're gonna create animations. You got different choices and options here. Trying to find the one that has to do with sound. Logic, right? I don't know if it's on this list here, but you can use Logic for um, making music, recording podcasts, things like that. Podcasts are a big thing, if you want to have a voice and, it's kind of like a radio show almost, but it's recorded. People will listen to it in the gym or at work or whatever, or at home while they're cleaning or cooking or something. You could be talking to people and playing music, or sharing ideas with the world, and it's like your own talk show pretty much, or radio show, or whatever. You could be showing off your music, your DJing and stuff. And a place I recommend y'all to check out to make your own podcast, because I don't know how many people know about this. In fact, I'll go to mine, anchor.fm/brandnewyou, where I've interviewed artists and stuff. You can get an app for Anchor as well, but you can use the actual you can use the website to upload stuff. Oh, and for y'all who want some a program that's also like free, another free program for creating sound is Audacity. So I'm trying to do that search real quick. I'm just trying to talk to those who want to get into content creation and making their own music, movies, games, whatever. Audacity is a great way to go. So you got GIMP, Audacity. I was talking about Adventure Game Studio earlier. Chris Cisco had put some of his own games on that website. GameStudio.co.uk. So that's the website right there. You can download right from the get-go, going to this site right here, adventuregamestudio.co.uk. I know y'all see the little small white glare from the light. Hopefully y'all don't mind that. But, you can find games to play here. You can just go up to the top. You can see what the community is up to. Maybe recruit people to join you in making a game, or see what they're up to. Like if you find somebody you like on here, like that you're familiar with. So they showcase new games all the time. New games are being put out, and so you got stuff on the side to look through. You got, you can check out what was this game. You can see the content. Okay, so might not be the kind of game that I want to see. It's got frontal nudity and lots of foul language and lots of violence as well. So it looks like a horror game. There's also what's this one? Inside this one, strong language, no nudity, but strong violence. It looks like you're somebody in a padded cell or something with. And some of these games can be kind of weird. Sometimes they, do stuff that's like about paranormal and all that. The day and age we're in. If you're looking for a story or just some puzzles and stuff, there's games you can play, and if you can, get past all the, stuff that you don't like, it doesn't look like too much controversial stuff in this game. So, at least from the content advisory thing. And this one looks like a very short game, which might not be finished. I don't know. It's just a short game. But you can read about these games and see whether you like them or not. You can go to trying to find where you can see a bundle of way more games than this. Games by directory. What about an all games list? Okay, so you go to all games and you can go from page 1 all the way to 24 and scroll through this thing. And there's quite a bit of creators, and you can become a creator. If you want to make your own games, you have a story to tell. I want to make games. It'd be so cool to make a game that's about like passing out Christian rap mixtapes and stuff like that. Like you're a little character and you're like, you know, you're in the little town or city and you're giving out mixtapes to people, and maybe some people are haters and they don't like it and they're trying to get in your way or something. I'm just trying to come up with a little story to spark some ideas, or like something like Fireproof or Courageous, or like there's that game called Police Quest. You could put a Christian twist on it and make it like kind of like the movie Courageous. Let's go with Police Quest. So obviously it's an old game. It's read about it on Wikipedia. It's a game by Sierra Online, the ones that made King's Quest, the game I was talking about earlier. And basically it's supposed to simulate like some of the experiences of real police officers, and so you solve some crimes in these games. If you like Law and Order and that kind of thing, you'll probably like Police Quest. But it'd be so cool if a developer tried to make a game that was like, you know, Courageous or Fireproof. You know, people who want to like maybe have like an adventure but also put out fires and, you know, save their marriage, or, you know, have like okay, I'm gonna type movie in the search as well. Okay, so you got Courageous the movie, and you know, some of the scenes that could be, you know, inspired and put into your game. You know, you can tell a story with Adventure Games, with Adventure Games Studio. You know, this software, there's not a whole lot of tutorials. There's one guy in general that put some YouTube tutorials, a whole playlist of them. Hopefully those are enough for you. There's another guy that made some tutorials, but it's kind of maybe not, if might not be the kind of tutorial you want to hear, like some of the profanity he uses and things like that. So it's all based on your discretion. But yeah, if y'all want to listen to my interviews, I want to do some self promo real quick. I interviewed True Vine, an old school artist. He's rapped with Trey 9 and Alliance by Faith. So let me see if I can put that in. I'm not seeing a whole bunch of, okay, Three Stripes to Reality is one of them. So the guy that made that album, and I came up in the search. So he's not too big, but you know, he's probably got an audience. And if you've ever heard of New Wine, I do a search on him real quick. New Wine. Using my right hand down here. Like, boop, boop. It kind of hurts a little bit, but I'll deal with it. So New Wine. Yeah, you know, he kind of got in secular rap for a little while, but he's making a comeback with Christian rap, and hopefully he does more with a lot of my favorite artists. You know, Von Juan's one of them. That recent years he did a few songs, couple songs actually, with Von Juan here. So New Wine actually was a big inspiration to Truevine, and he at first contemplated that name because he didn't want to sound like a biter, and his voice sounds kind of like New Wine a little bit. So, um, but he decided to go with that name, and stuck with it. So his real name's Ricky Christmas. Um, but his artist name is Truevine, and he's got if you think Tupac kind of if you heard Tupac. I'm trying to think of I don't even know what to say without sounding like a Banjo-Kazooie character. Banjo. um Trying to think of some lyrics that sound kind of hood. Run to the hood, run to the hood. I don't know if that's how Tupac raps or not, but you know that 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 swagger that he had kind of is, or the I did take a little listen to some of his music before, so I think New Wine and True Vine kind of sound like him. And definitely check out Hands Up featuring Trey 9 and ABF. um, I don't know who else. Literati is on a track with oh, this one's a good song too that I mentioned in my podcast, the checkout date song. Um, let's see if I can find Truvine Literati. That's in his other album. So if you type this in, it should, yeah, it'll definitely come up. Rep like that. So you got his next level thing. So I'm sharing some underground music with y'all. This is stuff that doesn't typically come up in the search when you type Christian rap. You're gonna, or even Lecrae. If you type in Christian rap, 116, all the typical stuff that all the youth groups come up with, you see Pyrex come up. Let's see who else. You see some stuff that's from Rapzilla.com. You see just all the typical stuff that is popping, is popular. People know about it. People know about Lecrae, and Von Juan's kind of up there, but he's kind of slept on. He's underrated. He's well known in H Town, but he's kind of known because of Lecrae's "Welcome to H Town" song, but I think he needs to be heard more, and hopefully one day, the H Town scene, because there's a lot of artists I feel like, like I hope that Trey 9 will do songs with, he already did a song with Bun B, and he just came out with his new album Warcry, and it's got that new trap sound, so he's definitely, like, with each like generation, he's oh look, I came up in the search, just because I did a YouTube video, but he's got his Bad Woman song. So he's he's from the 90s. He goes back to when Truevine was around. That's why he had a song with Truevine. So Trey 9's got that old school, but now he's got the new school trap sound with the Warcry album. And my mind's all over the place. I'm trying to promote real quickly here and get back to the other stuff I was talking about. Trey 9, Von Juan, they both go back. They you got the Farmer album. I'll talk about SOM real quick. Soldiers on Mission. Either people I think are slept on. SOM and M Session. I'm not finding it on the search here, so a lot of their songs are on features in a lot of these other artists. Like if you find Trey 9 and Von Juan's music, you'll find SOM in the features on their albums for sure. But if you want to find Soldiers on a Mission, you have to type it out kind of like this. Oh, there's one right there. You're getting a lot of Soldiers music, stuff too, so stuff that's not really related. But you got this That's actually a video I put up, so that's what helped rank it. The real SOM, that brought it more up. Okay, so type in the real SOM and you'll get some SOM stuff. You'll get their Bandcamp and plenty more. Okay, so it's wonderful that we got, Twitter handles and hashtags that help, find stuff in the search. Those really do help bring stuff up. You type hot rap mix, I wonder what comes up. Hot rap mix. Oh yeah, there I come up. But yeah, True Vine. Oh, and before I stop talking about Christian rap, I'm going to talk about Alliance by Faith. Alliance by Faith, ABF. They got a song called Houston. It's got Wondrous. Wondrous is known for doing stuff with Lil O from Screwed Up Click, ESG Zero, Trey the Truth, Lil Kiki, Lil Flip. I might have already said Lil Flip, but several other people. SUC is like a big Houston group that dates back to the 90s, and a lot of them have kind of gone off their own way. There we go. They call me Wondrous. So some of this stuff that he's got on is like, I guess you can call it secular music, but he does get on Christian rap songs with SOM and Von Juan. Hopefully he'll do a lot more Christian rap songs and stuff. He's on the intro of SOM's The Journey Revisited album. I really like Wonders, and I like Lil O too, so I just hope they'll get on music with less or no profanity and do like music with like SOM and Von Juan more, but also branch out to some other of my favorite artists like True Vine and M Session. I'll talk about M Session real quick. I know I'm adding people onto this thing. See, you gotta type rap probably. It really makes a difference, doesn't it? It brought other stuff in, but let's see, motivation. There we go. So you got M Session, motivation. That's pretty good. Beyond that, just click that and go to its Amazon or the YouTube links. There's also Drew Zoo. Yeah, Drew Zoo. Trying to think of somebody else before I M Session, Von Juan, Trey 9, Cypreme's from ABF, but I'll do a quick search on him. He's a producer now. He's known for producing. Okay, so that didn't help nothing. Cypreme Productions, type Productions. He was on a song called Power Radio. I don't know if that'll show up in the thing or not. Let's see, do I need to quote it? Rap. A lot of irrelevant stuff is coming up. I know Lil Kiki kind of gave him an endorsement, so I'm going to type Lil Kiki. And you might find him on YouTube better than Google Images. Cypreme's, I don't know why it's so hard for relevant stuff to. It used to be that you could find his stuff pretty easy, but I think as time goes on and more stuff is put on the web and they change their algorithms, it's harder to find certain people. In fact, probably because he changed his handles on social media to his real name and other stuff, Brandon, in the mix or something like that. Uh, you know, it's a little bit harder to find his stuff, but I think Cypreme R.A.P. You kind of already got to know what you're searching for, so I'm kind of helping y'all out. Impact. Helping y'all out to find something. Okay, so let's try videos. Nothing's coming up for that, so I don't know if it's. Oh, it auto corrected me. That's probably why. Cypreme, Rap Impact. And it's insistent on changing the spelling. Okay, so nothing's coming up for it. So Cypreme. What about La Rhymes? His buddy from ABF. Oh, take out the H, I guess. The Rhymes. I don't know if that's the same guy or not. But Von Juan, I guess he's on one of Von Juan's songs. Okay, so anyways, that was some underground music. If y'all want to find more, I can help y'all find more if y'all want me to do more videos like this. That's just a little bit of a music thing. I might have lost some of the gamer people. Hopefully not. I might have to make a disclaimer in the comments to skip past certain things that I will get back into the stuff that y'all were here for. Originally. But yeah, this is Monkey Island, old game that I played, and I even tried to make my own game with AGS one time, but I didn't finish it, and I sort of just promoted it before I even had anything of it. I just had little paintings and drawings, and I was all hyped up and getting other people hyped because some people hit me up like, "Did you ever finish that game? You got anything of it?" They found me on Facebook like a decade later, and um, I'm sorry, I don't really have anything left of it. It may be something I might try to do in the future. It's called Skirmish of Monkey Island. Just for fun, I might just try to make the game. You know, I'm trying to find. Oh, it might be in the forums. Okay, the forums. It's not opening up, so I guess those are closed down. It's an old website, so certain things just might not be operational anymore. Remember Commander Keen? I remember that game. That's another throwback. This is stuff that today's millennial generation, or the kids that were born after the year 2000, they have no idea about, probably, unless their big brother or sister told them, and they're the it's their little secret. They aren't maybe they're making stuff that's all popular. I don't know, but some people just are the weird outcast kid that they like something that nobody else likes. It's their little secret, and nobody else understands why they're into it but them, and they know so much about it, but the other person has a hard time understanding, you know. But yeah. Uh, but yeah, this is what the Opera screen looks like, the browser. Uh, this is like my first time using it on the actual like desktop, so it's really nice and smooth. For an older computer, I'm surprised, and this is like less RAM than my laptops, and it seems to be running like a smooth, fast computer. So something about the XP is like, I guess it's just because the Windows 10 is probably feature heavy, and this is like it's less, you know. And sometimes less is more. It's like less intense on your memory or something. Because like I'm able to click and go back and forth super fast without like delay. Like I like this. It's super fluid and nice and man. Uh, but yeah, it's only like two something uh gigabyte or not gigabytes. Is it gigabytes? I don't know. It's um less than what my laptops have. That's for sure. But yeah. Anyways, I'm running out of things to talk about here. I've showed y'all, Chris's game and what you can do to basically learn how he made these games. Yeah, like hopefully I can make my own game, and I'll let y'all know if I do. I'll try to put download links up on my website or in YouTube videos or something. So stay tuned if y'all want to work on anything with me. Maybe we could get together on Skype and do some like screen sharing or Facebook or whatever, and we can screen share and work back to back, showing each other concept art and things like that, and what engines we're using, what how the game is coming along, and just different things to kind of help each other make a game. You know, because it's definitely a lot of hard work. I know somebody like Chris made this game all by himself, and a lot of the games he makes, and you know, it's a really busy kind of thing, you know, and um, it's no wonder why teams make a lot of the games that we see today that are so big. But um, there are some people that take on making games by themselves, and we see that with the guy that made a game similar to Harvest Moon, Stardew Valley. This guy, like literally, uh, so I'm gonna do some more showing y'all some stuff. This guy made the game all by himself, like the graphics. He did the programming. He did the music. Everything. Like, um, so it's like kind of like Harvest Moon. That's the DS 3DS game. But the game I first found out about was when I was at Walmart with my stepmom years ago, and I saw that and was like, "That's cool. I like that graphic," and it really drew my attention. And then next thing you know, I'm playing a little farming game, and you raise your family, and you find your girl, you build your house up, and it was nice. It's kind of old school and the graphics and the way you play it, but they've updated it through the years and made the game play better. And obviously, Stardew Valley borrows ideas from that, and they've come a long way. Other games I've been inspired by was Banjo Kazooie. Banjo-Kazooie. So that's the game I played as a kid. I got that game, another game from, well, I don't think I got that one from Walmart. I got that one from Toys R Us, I think, and brought that one home and played it, and it was, you know, history. The rest was history. It was a game where you pick up little puzzle pieces. You got your little bird friend there, and you get collect notes. You'd have to play it yourself. I also liked Zelda. I played Majora's Mask and Ocarina of Time. Most people should know what Zelda is. He's basically the guy that looks like, well, actually that's Link. He looks like Peter Pan. That's Zelda, and that's Link. In case you got it mixed up. But yeah, we got I'm trying to think. Bomberman was an old game I played. I rented games back in the day, so I never owned that game. I only rented it, and I forget which one it was because it was at Kroger when you could rent games from Kroger. I played Jak and Daxter and Jak II on PS2. Throwback to PlayStation 2. I got one right there. I got another one in the living room. I play movies on those things. I play games. So you got Jak II right there. Jak II is throwback. My friend JW had that game, and I wanted to play it so bad, and rented it from Blockbuster. I remember getting those little sour candies from Blockbuster, and I literally beat that game in like the weekend right before, like I had to turn it back in. I'd already beat it, and that was like my proudest game accomplishment ever, I guess. One of them at least. I mean, I've done some pretty cool stuff with Age of Empires, which I'll show you in a second. But that sour candy tube, I'm trying to find what it would look like. I think yeah, those things right there. I numbed my tongue raw with those things. And so, yeah. I don't know if I got popcorn too or not. I got, I was snacking down on stuff. I think I had Mentos. Oh, not Mentos. You know, what's those mint candies? The chocolate, mint candies, mint chocolate. Can't even think. Oh, Junior Mints. Duh. Okay. Well. Anyways, we got Age of Empires 2. So I'm telling y'all stories here about my gamers experience. So obviously this is a strategy game. It's got war and history elements and themes. So you build your little town. Those are like a bunch of little houses, your farms. You got your mill there. That's the original Age of Empires. I played that some. I liked it, but my favorite of all was Age of Empires 2. My mom was playing a demo at my grandma's house. Like I said, my grandma got me into games, PC games that is, and I got myself into like console games. So well, my dad sort of did when he bought me a Nintendo 64, and I had the choice between the old Super Nintendo and the N64. I'm glad I chose the newer one, because I don't know where I'd be today if I was playing old games and got fed up with it. And, because it was a system that probably didn't have any more games for sale at the store. So I probably would have been stuck playing just PC games. and stuff. But yeah, then I got a PlayStation and then a PlayStation 2, you know. But I didn't play the PlayStation for very long because I was wanting a PlayStation 2 before I even had a PlayStation. So it was not too long before I got it replaced with the updated system, which I still got my PlayStation, but it's somewhere around here and I don't know where it is, so I don't want to like have to go find it right now. But AOE2. I don't know if there's a closer up screenshot or not. But that's pretty much what it is. It's a game where you have units, all these little guys here on the map. You got your horse. I call them horsemen, but they're knights and cavalry and all that kind of stuff. And you fight wars. You protect your town and stuff like that. Uh, there's the cover of it. So I remember seeing that at Walmart. I've seen the cover displayed somewhere before, I think. And I was at Walmart one day with my mom, and I pretty much asked for it, like my mom and dad for the game, and I ended up getting it for Christmas at my grandma's old house. I remember being in the living room at my grandma's old house. It was literally an old house, and it was pretty cool because I was so excited. I got to, um, finally have that game, and I don't know if I immediately got to play it because I don't think my the computer was up to date, the specs of it and stuff. So I think eventually we ended up getting a Windows XP. We had like a 95 or a 98, and it wasn't up to date with the technology. And so with the kind of computer I'm using today, I got Age of Empires too, but I don't have the CD anymore. It got scratched, and then I got it scratched again, and now the game's on Steam. So if you want to play Age of Empires 2, your best bet's to get Steam, and you can play it without ever having to get your CD scratched. They got a DS version of the game, and that was kind of cool, but it was like more of a turn-based strategy, kind of like um, I don't know if the game's called Caesar 3 or something like that. Caesar 2, Caesar 3. Turn-based games, but I didn't really like the Caesar games as much as I liked Age of Empires. So yeah. And then in junior high, I was talking about Age of Empires all the time. So this kid told me about StarCraft, and I only played it a little bit, but there's a few games that are kind of like that. Like they actually like made a game similar to that, which was a Star Wars game that used Age of Empires like game engine. Like they actually created a game for Star Wars, as you can see, using the Age of Empires 2 game engine. So I thought that was pretty awesome. Like, who would think, one of your favorite movies? I was introduced to Star Wars through a VHS tape that, my stepdad, rest in peace, he passed away about a year ago, a little more than a year now, last July, from cancer. But he was a hard-working man and built a barn, and just loved the outdoors and stuff. But he had, when my mom first met him, I remember, the trailer he lived in, and it was all cool and air conditioner, AC filled. I'm messing up the way I probably sound stupid the way I'm talking right now, but continuing on my story. Uh, so my stepdad had a nice cold house. He had a couch there, and I was watching Star Wars in the cold, you know. So it kind of brought on some certain feelings, you know. You tend to like the movies that you're on the couch, kind of under the covers, keeping warm and watching it and stuff. I don't know if I'm making any sense, but you know, I liked the movie. Uh, you know, I think I probably tend to like sci-fi kind of stuff and just action adventure stories. So something about it resonated with me, and I guess it was, you know, just seeing, you know, Luke Skywalker start out on Tatooine, and yeah, and you know, just the rest of the story. I started with A New Hope, so I guess I started the movie in at the right place, and I watched Return of the Jedi, so I missed the second one, Empire Strikes Back, until later, and then I pretty much watched all three in order, you know, so I get it now. But like I'd missed one episode pretty much, so you know, my stepdad, uh, he had two out of three of the original trilogy. You know, the first and the third. Somebody borrowed the second one and never returned it, I guess, is what he said. And so later, I got episode one and watched it somehow. I don't remember where and how, but I watched that. And then the second one came out, and the third. And man, it was all big when it was, each one was coming out to theaters and stuff. And I remember going to watch like the third one, and then now obviously we got the new ones coming out. You know, after this trilogy, after Return of the Jedi, we've already got like 2 or 3 movies out now. Let's see, we got what are the new Star Wars? We got Rogue One. We got, you know, 7 and 8, right? Oh, and we got Han Solo. We got the Solo movie, so that's like 4 movies now. So obviously they're adding on, but yeah, that's my geek talk for now. I don't know what else to talk about. There's probably several other games I could mention here, but I'm not really thinking about. Well, I just remembered one. Yoshi's Story. Yoshi's Story. So, and there's also Glover. I got this one for Easter one year because, you know, obviously the eggs in the game. I guess that maybe they marketed it to people during Easter or something. So, like, it was a fun, cute little game. Lip, lip, lip. You know, like licking with your tongue. Like, does it got any pictures of him licking fruit? Oh. Yeah. Look. 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 Glover. Not that Glover. Oh, game. It's like a little hand in a glove. There we go. Glover, old school game. Kind of weird. You're like a glove with a hand. You're a little hand glove with a ball, and you're like, you can, you know, kind of change it, I guess, between different ones, like a bowling ball and others. But like, you gotta protect your ball because it can deflate. Like, monsters can hit it and pop it or something, or it can fall off the edge of the map, and numerous other things. It's like I don't know. And there's the bad glove. I guess the other glove went bad, and so I forgot the whole thing. I don't even know if I beat it or not. You know, some parts were frustrating. There was like a little under level that I didn't know how to get to. Like you're literally floating above nothing, and I didn't know how to get to underneath that level to the things. Like when I fell off the level, I could see stuff below where I needed to get to, and I didn't know how to get to it. Like I didn't know if there was a secret way or if that was an Easter egg or not. Um, so yeah, those are old school. I played Diddy Kong Racing. That was one I owned. There's other games I didn't own. I never actually owned Zelda. I always had rented them or played, other people's games. Um, so Diddy Kong Racing was one of the fun ones. I wish they made like I got an idea and a proposal. They seem to be remaking a lot of games these days. Like actually they got the DS version. So what if they actually created like a multiplayer experience game where it was the standalone game by itself, and all it was the multiplayer game instead of all the races. Like there's sometimes, and most of the time, instead of us racing each other, like we're in those games where where we were shooting at each other and stuff. I'm trying to think of what those were called, but basically like the icicle pyramid and stuff. I was always wanting either bigger levels for us to kind of play at, because we were always trying to hide and run after each other and dominate the level, kind of like 007. That was another game we played at the babysitter's house when I was little. So we played whatever multiplayer games we could play, and Diddy Kong was one of the few. So we played that like all the time, and we played the icicle pyramid. Okay, so I'm gonna like scroll down there, and so yeah, there's the icicle pyramid, and then you get the dark water cavern. Uh, and a few other things that you can do. There's the one where you snatch each other's eggs and stuff, but we played that one a little bit less. I think we played the icicle pyramid the most. So it would be cool if they made more levels and made them bigger and made the game exclusively the multiplayer experience or something like. Um, yeah. But, honestly, I don't know what else to talk about. This video is officially over an hour long now, and so it's well dragged out, long enough to be like a documentary. Pretty much might as well be, since I've covered, you know, uh, games and all that kind of stuff and music. Maybe it was kind of unnecessary. Maybe I could have done that and broke it up into different videos, but sometimes I'm random and I don't script this stuff, so it just comes out spontaneously, and I always feel the need to share that information, you know, because like a lot of stuff that I like, the music and stuff. It's like it's um, maybe I do really need to organize myself and make some videos dedicated to some of this stuff, like 5 artists that are being slept on, or something like that, or those topical videos, and try to keep to the subject, and don't like get off subject so much. But yeah, I hope y'all enjoy this anyways. If you enjoyed it, had anything to say or comment about, leave a comment, say something, ask me a question, whatever. Um, Also, please like, also share, and subscribe. Press that bell icon to get notified whenever I create new videos. And yeah, and check out my website, hotrapmix.com, if you want to follow me on Instagram. My handle is @hotrapmix, so you can find me there as @hotrapmix or @brandnewyou, but Hot Rap Mix is what I use more for a lot of things. So You'll find me posting way more there, and you can keep up with what I'm doing on there. And feel free to scroll and comment and look at older posts, because I have spent a lot of time and years doing this stuff, and I feel like a lot of it's slept on. So don't consider yourself a creeper or a stalker if you go to a post I made 2 or 3 or 5 years ago. I don't know how long I've had Instagram, but however long I've had it, if you want to go to my very first post, you can. I don't know how easy it is to do that. You know, Instagram sort of made it in a way where you have to scroll, 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 scroll before you can finally get to the bottom. If you actually only click in or out or whatever, you have to like start all over. Um, I understand the frustration there. They need to do what Facebook did with the timeline thing or something. But but yeah, y'all are more than welcome to dig through my little gallery of stories and Christian rap and stuff. That's pretty much what it is. It's like a compiled version of, you know, how you have stories on Snapchat and Facebook and Instagram now. Basically, it's all my stories compiled where you can just, you know, see what I've been up to with making beats and music and art and animation and doing all this music promotion stuff and even games. Uh, so yeah. Anyways, thank y'all for watching.